Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, and I am walking to school. And I actually brought tea today. It is the first day of school, and I hope to record a video later, just about things, but it's the first day of school, and it's my first walk to school this school year, and I really enjoy walking to school. So I wanted to capture this little moment. So hopefully record a video later today, and I'll append this to the beginning of that video. So cheers to a new school year. All right. Hey, hi, hello, welcome to the Forum 2 classroom. We are back, literally and figuratively speaking, because we're back in school today, Friday, September 10th. But I'm going to try to put this video of me walking to school before this video into one video, so maybe that will work. But if it doesn't, don't worry about it. It was not that important. I am back coming to you live with another vlog, and it's been a while. And took a bit of a hiatus from blogging, sharing pictures, Instagram, all of that. And that was intentional. And I felt like I was ready to kind of get back into the swing of things. And I had written kind of a couple blog posts to share. But then when I got around to posting it, I was like rereading it. And I'm like, nah, I'm okay. It's not that important. It really doesn't matter. I have nothing really to say. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on, there's lots of cool stuff that happens in other people's lives too, and they don't feel necessarily the need to blog about it. So I think that's kind of how I was feeling, in addition to just needing to take a step back from a lot of the things that I had been doing and been involved with and felt important and stuff like that. But yesterday was market. I was with Theo. Theo asked me, when's the last time I blogged? And I didn't know. So I went to my website and found the thing, and it was May. And I was like, man, I don't even remember what I said in this blog post. Let me check it out. Clicked on it, and it was actually a vlog. And I was like, oh, cool. Clicked the video, and as soon as the video started, I just started smiling. I was like, oh man, I don't remember what I said. I have no idea what I'm gonna talk about. And I was just sitting there like, man, this is really cool. I'm gonna talk about something. I have no idea what it is, but I'm so excited to hear about it. Just a good day. Fine. And so then I started watching the video, and then I remembered what it was about, and I'm just like, oh man, what a cool experience. Hey, è fine. Devi fine. Just that. Make your own fine. So I was like, man, how freaking cool is this? So I'm gonna do a vlog. Screw this blog stuff. I'm gonna do a little video. So that's what I'm doing now. I got some friends coming. So let me try to stay on track. That's why I'm doing this. I watched the video yesterday. I thought it was really funny, really cool, really an awesome thing to have saved and to look back on. So that's why I'm doing this. And so I'm gonna go, I have this list that I took from my blog, but the first one is Peace Corps frustrations. When I decided to write a blog, I was a little bit frustrated with Peace Corps from mid-service training and also just other stuff. And not just posts, but HQ, Peace Corps in general, stuff like that. So but that's not something, I'm back at school now, I'm back at site, I'm hanging with the kids, I'm back in my groove, I'm back in the mojo, so I don't even care to talk about Peace Corps nonsense. But the next thing is really interesting, and it's about entropy. And I'm gonna try to make this video short, but this is something I've been thinking a lot about, and I'm gonna try to explain this kind of quickly. So, and this is anyone that's a science person, physics person, I'm not, what I'm gonna say is probably not 100% correct, but I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it. So this idea of entropy. Entropy in physics is this measure of order, right? So low entropy systems, I think, are very ordered, and high entropy systems are very not ordered. You can also think of it in terms of usefulness of energy, okay? And that's kind of what I'm gonna talk about here. So The second law of thermodynamics, I think it is that things in the universe tend from low entropy to high entropy naturally, okay? And you can think of that like, okay, so the sun in our solar system, there's fusion that happens. So you have different atoms fusing together, and that produces a lot of energy, heat and light. That heat and light is then shined through the universe. The Earth receives, it's starting to drizzle. That's cool. It hasn't rained in a long time. That light comes to Earth as like directed sunbeam. And then things on Earth use that sunlight and convert it to other forms of energy, right? But the Earth then radiates energy back into space, right? Because if the Earth was just collecting energy nonstop from the sun, the total energy level on the Earth would continue to increase, right? But it's not like that. We stay balanced. So the amount of energy we get from the sun, we radiate back out into space. But it radiates like with higher entropy than the sunlight that we get. That's what I was trying to explain. Don't worry if that makes sense or not. But what I'm trying to point out is that there's this idea in entropy where like you can decrease entropy. So like think of an air conditioning unit. You're going to take warm air, which has high entropy, and then you're going to cool it down. And that's high entropy to lower entropy. But in order to go from high entropy to low entropy, the energy you put into the system has to create more entropy than you minimize, okay? So basically like if we go from hot air to cold air, that was the change in entropy. The amount of energy we burned or used to make that went up higher. So it's like we dig coal out of the ground, burn it to make steam. Steam turns a turbine. The turbine generates electricity. Electricity is sent to an air conditioning unit. The air conditioning unit uses the electricity to like compress and cool air and then pump that into the house, right? So more energy, like higher entropy is created by making that than is what's lowered going from hot air to cold air. So the point is that if you try to take an unordered system or thing and make it more ordered, you're inevitably going to have to increase disorder somewhere else. And that was the point I'm trying to make, because I've been thinking a lot about how people like me come to communities, right? Not only abroad, but just in the US or anywhere. You know, people try to fix things. They try to make things more ordered. And the natural tendency for things is to be disordered, right? Like it's hard to rule a country. It's hard to get people to do what you want them to do. But if you don't tell them anything, they'll just do what they want to do naturally, right? And again, that's maybe a bad example. But the point is that to make a system anything other than chaos or disorder is to increase entropy elsewhere. So it's just this idea I've been thinking a lot about where we're trying to make things more ordered or more how we want them, but in doing so, we're screwing things up somewhere else, right? Like there's no free lunch. Like you can do a project in a community, but you're gonna screw something else up later. You're gonna stir the pot elsewhere. So it's like there's no, like anything you do will have consequences, and the second law of thermodynamics says that everything is going to tend towards disorder, right? Like things will not be organized and put together. So I've been thinking a lot about that idea, because it's like the best thing you can do to slow down the inevitable trajectory towards chaos is to do nothing. Because anything you do only increases entropy more, right? Like you're just stirring things up. Like the best thing you can do is just sit down, do as little as possible, and enjoy. And you'll cause less chaos than trying to make low entropy. And I've been thinking about that a lot. So I just wanted to share that. I'll go through the rest of these kind of quick. But the next one on the list is I went to Tanzania. That was really cool. I'll try to share some pictures. Maybe I can put them in this video, but maybe not. I'll just post them. Yeah, Tanzania was super cool. Could 100% see myself living there, teaching there. The Peace Corps volunteers I stayed with, shout out to Jonah, Maud, Sean, Hayden, Dakota, I want to say Kyle. I'm missing one. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was also one of the Rombo boys. Daniel, Eloise, Andy. Yeah, all those people were super, super awesome. Shout out to Peace Corps Tanzania folks. Really, really awesome cohort there. Met some other people too from other cohorts. They were also very cool. And yeah, Tanzania was really cool. I basically hopped around for 2 weeks with Peace Corps volunteers, doing Peace Corps things, and had an absolute blast. So really happy with that. Far exceeded my expectations. And yeah, can't thank everyone enough. So Tanzania was super cool, absolutely cool. In Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, I met a guy at the hostel. So in the hostel, I'm going to share this little story. You get to the hostel, you're kind of like looking at people like, hey, hi, what's up? You have no idea where people are from, how long people have been there, whatever. And I get into the dorm room of the hostel, and people are hanging out, having beer. I'm like, all right, cool. Like this is cool. So I put my stuff down, and I'm like, oh hey, I'm Dylan. I'm from the U.S. Nice to meet you all. And people are, oh, cool. This guy's from the U.S. too. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, where are you from? He's like, I don't know. I forgot where. And I'm forgetting his name now. Paul. Where Paul was from, and he said Chicago, or I don't remember where Paul was from, California somewhere. And I was like, oh, what do you do in Tanzania? He's like, oh, well, I'm visiting Tanzania, but I live in Zambia. And I'm like, oh, like, what are you doing in Zambia? He's like, it's this program called Peace Corps. And I was like, get out of here. I'm in Peace Corps Ghana, and I'm visiting here on annual leave. He's like, dude, I'm on annual leave too. So I just want to shout that out because Paul drew my tattoo that I want to get next. And I'm going to try to like put this in the video if I can do that. I think I can. So yeah, shout out to Paul and my Captain Jack Sparrow pirate tattoo that I'm going to get next. So I just got back to site from mid-service training and a subsequent teaching and learning materials workshop. So I was gone for like 2 weeks, and yeah, it was good seeing people. It was nice to hang out with people, see the other CPs and stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Peace Corps trainings and stuff like that, which again, I'm not going to get into. And 2 weeks is a long time to be away. Plus I was gone in Tanzania for like 2 weeks. So it's like being gone for, from site for a month, kind of really sucks. Like it's hard to get back into the swing of things when you've been gone for so long. So yeah, but I'm through mid-service training, which is something I didn't get to my first Peace Corps service. So I am on the back 9, figuratively speaking, using a golf term. And yeah, we started school today. So that's cool. I'm really excited for the NFL season. When I typed up this blog, I was stoked about the Browns playing the Cowboys. We got absolutely stomped. We got our butts kicked. Very depressing. But I did watch the game with Charles, Dixon, and Walase. So I'm going to try to throw a picture in here. And yeah, so happy for the NFL season. We're happy for that. At MST, I gave a pretty poor presentation about what I've been up to for the first year. I feel a little bit bad about that, but I also kind of really don't care. But what I will say, again, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. It really doesn't matter. I'm doing really great at site, having a great time, really, really having some awesome friendships and just experiences with people in the community. I just learned yesterday that our country director and safety security, I hope also our director of programming and training, will be coming to visit my site sometime next week. Really stoked for that because I think they're going to see, what's going on. But I had an opportunity to kind of talk about those things, and I kind of like kicked the pooch. Like, yeah, I didn't do a great job. So it goes. But yeah, not a big deal. Nikita's gone. Chief Nikita, thank you for your service in the Mafi area. Nikita is now teaching at Cape Coast School for the Deaf. But the cool news is that Theo, who came from a different community on the other side of Market, is now at Nikita's site. So now I still have a homie that's like 3 miles from me. Theo and I chopped chicken and light soup and akble, and we had some maize. hung out with Livingston, who's been a really, really cool homie recently. And yeah, so hopefully I can share a picture of that here too. So excited to cook. Again, when I wrote this, I hadn't cooked yet, but yesterday I made chapati. Shout out to the Tanzania gang. That's kind of like a tortilla that you fry, and guacamole. And I made that, and Charles and Dixon, they caught a rabbit while they were at farm, so they made they cooked rabbit in soup. So yeah, so we ate good last night. I cooked. Everyone really enjoyed. Again, hopefully I can add a picture of that here. But yeah, so the last couple days have been really awesome with eating, hanging out with people, and I'm really excited to get to some serious cooking in the village. I'm gonna chef it up. I'm really stoked about that. So keep an eye out for that. I was talking with Carrie, who is Theo's girlfriend, not that that's important, but she was at our mid-service training because she is the third year education Peace Corps volunteer leader for education. So I was hanging out with her for the last 2 weeks. And we talked about starting like a little podcast interview thing. And there is this guy, he posts stuff on Instagram, I'm sure on TikTok. He does these like Subway hot takes, and he basically just says like, okay, like, what's your take? And then the other person's like, walking in the rain is cooler than walking in the sunshine. And then he'll go like, I 100% disagree, or 100% agree, or whatever. And he just hears the person out talk about whatever their take is. And I freaking love those videos. It would be really cool if he knew that, because I just really appreciate those videos. And I'm gonna do a similar thing in the village. I am gonna talk with people, hey, what's your name? Where you're from? And tell me something you really wanna know, or want us to know. And and I'll have like Charles probably help translate if needed. But I'm just gonna take like snippet, maybe 5-minute videos of as many people as I can in the community. And I think that will be such an awesome thing to share with people, and it'll be fun. So that's on the up and coming list. So number 12 is new school year. Today is the first day of the school year. I see my former headmaster, Mr. Chichofia, passing on the bike. So so he's gonna beat me home. We closed school, we were hanging out a bit, and today was the first day of school. And really happy to be back. The second school year is gonna be so much better than the first school year. So if any of the first year education Peace Corps volunteers see this, just know that it gets better. And that's probably just because it's hard for things to get worse in the beginning. Like, things just suck. So yeah, super stoked for the second year. I know the kids, I know the teachers, I know what I'm teaching, like I know how I'm gonna go about things. Yeah, so today we made like the paper fortune things where you do like a color, then a number, and then you like thing. Again, hopefully I can put a picture in here. Really excited for the school year and stuff like that. So my next one, I don't know if I want to talk about this. I guess I will, but it's, again, not something I want to get really into, is that I was really close to ending my Peace Corps service probably in March or April. Again, not that I want to like go into that or why, like I'm way beyond it, and I learned a lot from the experience. But yeah, I was like, I'm up and out, man. Not that I was going to leave the community. Like, I was very much open to coming back and staying in Woodrollo, just not with Peace Corps. But yeah, but I just feel like that's important to kind of like acknowledge and put out there. It had nothing to do with site. It had nothing to do with teaching. It was more so with like Peace Corps stuff. But again, nothing that I have any like hard feelings about or a vendetta against or anything like that. But yeah, it's just kind of cool. Like, if I ever look back, I'll be like, yeah, like I remember that, and I'm glad that maybe I said something about it. Just acknowledge it. Like, yeah, it's real. Like, that almost happened. But yeah. The next thing, though, is much more happy, and I'm excited for, which is that I'm going home at the end of November to see my family and hang out, and we're going to the Thursday night Steelers-Browns game. Dog pound, so stoked, ready to be home, see the family and do things like that. So I'm coming up on 20 minutes, so I want to wrap this up. And then, post-service. So my 2 years, I have my close of service. A picture. My close of service will probably be May of next year. and I got to start kind of thinking about what I'm going to do. But I decided that I'm not going to apply for something that would have been due the 1st of October, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to let that pass. I'm not going to, because I don't want to stress myself. I know how much can change in like 6 months, and yeah, I don't want to like apply for something right now and then be like locked into that. So yeah, but post-service thing, I can extend. I would love to extend, but I could also do something else. So that's it. 20 seconds to 20 minutes, and I am out of here. I think I will do more of these videos, keep it casual. I really like doing the vlogs, especially if I start doing the interviews. You guys are gonna get a lot more content from me. And yeah, I'm really excited to kick it into second gear, post-service or post-MST, and 4-3, adios, love you guys, bye.